Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Joining me now is Mayor Alan Perry, and we have a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do. What an exciting time it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to get into the budget and land purchase and all that kind of stuff, but let's just real quickly touch on the Heritage, because I haven't seen you since then, and of course it was fantastic.
April, the Heritage, it elevated,
Yes.
designated.
Right.
I mean, it was spectacular beyond words. It really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were so fortunate in the town and the tournament. Everything went off without a hitch. It was just spectacular.
Including the weather. A little bit on Thursday, but other than that, it was perfect.
You know, you got to have that to create some excitement.
Yeah, of course. So let's, though, jump into some things. We have a land purchase you want to talk about, and of course, as I mentioned in headlines, you just had the approval of the first reading of the budget.
That's
so
correct.
Let's talk about those.
So last night, Town Council, breaking news,
Yeah.
we have agreed to acquire 7.1 acres on Bryant Road for the purpose of a public-private partnership for housing.
Okay.
So, you know, we've been talking about housing a lot. And we are moving things forward, and we're happy to announce that we reached an agreement last night, signed the contracts. We've got some due diligence to do on the property, but hopefully in about 60 days we'll own this piece.
Excellent. That's really exciting.
It is.
And of course, housing is part of the budget.
That's correct.
So let's talk a little bit about what is in that budget and what are the next steps.
Sure. So the budget's for just under $130 million.
Yep.
So it's an increase of roughly $9 million over last year. And there's a couple new funds. There's the WHHI Historic Neighborhood District Fund, which has $5.3 million in it. And there's also the Housing Fund, which has $3.25 million in it. Yeah. So we are really gearing up to do some things on housing to create a good place for people to live and really work on our employees.
That's amazing. And the good news, though, is that there's no tax increase for residents.
That is correct. The same millage rate.
Yes.
It's great.
That's exciting for those of us that live here.
Yeah, it is good. And we know that there's a reassessment that's coming on property values, and we'll go to a neutral stance when those numbers come out, so that we'll roll back the millage to make certain that we're not overcharging residents.
Excellent. And I think it's really exciting that you also have put in there for the WHHI, because obviously that's what started this whole thing.
It sure did. People talk about the Charles Fraser vision,
yeah.
but there was a vision before that as well. We've got to recognize.
Right, and preserve, for sure.
Yes.
So let's get to some of the fun stuff. As I said before we started filming, all I see you doing is ribbon cuttings, which is exciting because that means there's a lot of businesses coming.
Yeah, I tell you, it has been a couple of weeks since the beginning of the year, and it really is exciting because a lot of people are coming in, whether it be Dino's Wood Fire and Grill, the Harley-Davidson retail store, but they're all taking these existing buildings and renovating and utilizing those spaces. So it's great to see some of those open spaces being converted and also modernized at the same time.
Yeah, and one of the other things that I think is really fun that you did a ribbon cutting for was the sculpture trail in Shelter Cove. I've watched that kind of progress, and it's been in stages, but now it's complete.
It is. Well, it's been in the works for so many years.
Right.
It's been talked about, and now we're finally able to open it up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of artwork there, and it'll be changed out every 12 to 18 months.
Okay.
So it'll always be new and refreshed, and that's going to be really exciting. And the paths are about 12 feet wide, so you've got a lot of room to move.
Yeah, I did not realize it was going to be updated every 12 to 18 months, so it's going to be kind of a work in progress forever, but it's such a cool thing, and I love that it connects with the Veterans Memorial Park as well. So it's a beautiful area down there.
And the plan down the road is to extend it further down. The linear park that goes towards Chaplin.
Yeah.
So that connectivity is still in the works.
Excellent. So I want to jump back real quickly to the budget. We just have a little bit of time left, because there is a chance for folks to give their input next week. When is that?
Absolutely. So May 9th and May 11th at 1 o'clock at Town Hall. We do invite the public to come in and express their concerns, their desires, their wishes, their questions, their thoughts, because it is our money. It is our community. We want everybody to feel a part of that.
Yeah. Well, thank you as always for being here. Some really fun updates. It was great to see you, and we'll see you again next month.
That sounds great. I do want to remind everybody, if they have questions, always go to the town website. Download my HHI app, follow us on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You get a lot of good information there.
Absolutely, and you're very transparent about it, so that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank
and we'll
you.
be back in just a moment.